Ladies and gentlemen, we often hear people say that strength is everything, that if you work hard enough, push long enough, and stay strong, you will eventually succeed. But is that really true? History tells us otherwise. Success doesn't come just from being the strongest or working the hardest. It comes from having a strategy, a plan that maximizes effort, minimizes waste, and turns weaknesses into strengths. A smart strategy is the real power that drives success. Think about it. A lion is strong, but it still plans before attacking. A chess grandmaster doesn't win by moving pieces randomly. Every move is calculated. In business, sports, and even life, those who plan ahead always stay ahead. But having a strategy isn't just about planning, it's about adapting. The world is constantly changing, challenges arise, competition gets tougher, and unexpected obstacles appear. Strength alone won't help you navigate through these struggles. Strategy will. Those who succeed are the ones who can change course when needed, who can think ahead and adjust to the game as it unfolds. Look at the greatest leaders, athletes, and entrepreneurs. Did they succeed just because they worked harder? No, they worked smarter. They studied their competition, understood their strengths and weaknesses, and made decisions that put them ahead. So today, I challenge you to rethink what real strength is. Don't just work harder, work smarter. Don't just push through, plan ahead. Because in the end, smart strategy is not just an advantage. It is the real strength that separates winners from the rest. Strength is often seen as the ultimate key to success. People believe that if they work hard enough, push through obstacles, and stay determined, they will eventually achieve their goals. This belief is not entirely wrong. Strength and effort are important. However, strength alone is not enough. No matter how much power or energy one has, without direction, planning, and intelligence, that strength can be wasted or even lead to failure. Imagine a person trying to break down a wall with their bare hands. They might be strong, they might punch the wall repeatedly, but without the right tools or approach, they will exhaust themselves before making any real impact. Now imagine another person who, instead of using raw power, decides to use a hammer or find a door around the wall. They achieve their goal faster and with less effort. This simple analogy highlights the difference between relying on strength alone and using strength wisely with strategy. History provides many examples of how raw strength without strategy has led to failure. Take war, for instance. There have been countless battles where the side with the strongest soldiers lost, simply because they lacked a proper plan. One of the most famous examples is the Battle of Thermopylae, where the Persian Empire had a massive army, far greater in numbers than the Greek forces. However, the Greeks, led by King Leonidas, used strategy to their advantage by positioning their troops in a narrow pass, where the Persian numbers wouldn't matter as much. For days, the smaller Greek force held off the mighty Persian army. Although they were eventually defeated, their strategy allowed them to achieve much more than raw strength alone ever could. Even in sports, we see that strength alone is not enough. A boxer may have incredible power, but if they lack technique and strategy, they will tire themselves out throwing unnecessary punches. A football team with the strongest players may still lose to a team with better coordination, tactics, and a game plan. Strength without intelligence can even become a disadvantage, leading to wasted energy, poor decision-making, and ultimately, failure. This principle also applies to business and personal success. Many entrepreneurs start with passion, determination, and the willingness to work hard. However, those who rely only on hard work without a clear plan often struggle or fail. A business that expands too quickly without a strategic approach can collapse under its own weight. A person who works long hours without proper planning may burn out without achieving significant results. Successful people don't just work hard, they work smart. They analyze their competition, study market trends, plan their moves carefully, and adjust their strategies when needed. Even in personal development, strength without a plan can lead to frustration. Consider someone who wants to get physically fit. They might spend hours in the gym lifting weights with all their strength, but if they don't follow a proper routine, have the right diet, or understand how their body responds to exercise, they may see little progress or even injure themselves. On the other hand, someone with a well-structured workout plan, even if they don't lift as heavy, will see better and more sustainable results. Another area where this principle is evident is problem solving. When faced with a difficult situation, many people believe that pushing harder or doing more of the same thing will eventually lead to a solution. However, most problems require a different approach. If someone is trying to open a locked door, using all their strength to push it won't help if it opens the other way. Instead of using brute force, thinking outside the box and looking for alternative solutions often leads to success. Strength is valuable, but without strategy, it can be directionless. A river with powerful currents can either cause destruction or be harnessed to generate electricity. It all depends on how it is used. Intelligence, planning, and adaptability are what turn strength into a meaningful force. The most successful individuals, teams, and organizations are not necessarily the strongest, but the ones that use their strength wisely. The key takeaway is that working hard is important, but working smart is essential. Strength should be combined with planning, observation, and adaptability. Whether in war, sports, business, personal growth, or problem solving, history and experience prove that raw power alone is not the determining factor of success. Strength needs direction, and strategy provides that direction. Without it, even the strongest efforts can lead to failure, while with the right strategy, even limited strength can achieve remarkable results. Success is often seen as the result of hard work, determination, and persistence. While these factors are essential, they are not the only elements that determine how far someone can go. Smart strategy plays a crucial role in multiplying success by ensuring that effort is applied in the most effective way. No matter how much talent or strength a person has, without a well-thought-out strategy, their potential remains limited. On the other hand, even those with fewer resources or abilities can achieve extraordinary results if they use strategy wisely. A smart strategy is about making the right moves at the right time. It involves careful planning, analyzing situations, and taking calculated risks. Instead of just working harder, those who succeed the most work smarter. They identify opportunities that others miss, avoid unnecessary obstacles, and optimize their resources to achieve maximum results with minimum effort. This is why two people with the same skills and effort can have completely different levels of success, because one uses strategy while the other does not. Consider the world of business. Many companies have the same products, similar levels of investment, and equal access to markets, yet some grow rapidly while others struggle to survive. The difference often lies in strategy. A company that understands its audience, markets its products effectively, and invests in the right areas will achieve far greater success than one that simply works harder without a clear direction. Take companies like Apple, for example. Many technology firms had access to similar resources, but Apple's focus on design, branding, and customer experience set it apart. Instead of competing purely on technical specifications, Apple created a unique identity that made its products desirable, allowing it to dominate the market. The same principle applies in sports. Athletes who train intelligently, focusing on the right techniques and understanding their opponents, often outperform those who rely purely on physical ability. A chess grandmaster does not win by moving pieces randomly, but by planning several moves ahead. In Formula One racing, drivers do not just drive as fast as possible. They work with their teams to develop race strategies, manage tire wear, and determine the best times for pit stops. This is why races are won not just by the fastest driver, but by the one with the smartest strategy. History is full of examples where strategic thinking led to extraordinary achievements. Military generals who planned their battles carefully often defeated much larger armies. Leaders who anticipated changes in the economy or technology positioned themselves for success before others even realized what was happening. Napoleon Bonaparte, despite having fewer resources than many of his enemies, won countless battles because of his superior strategies. Instead of attacking head-on, he used speed, deception, and surprise to gain an advantage. Smart strategy also plays a major role in personal success. Many people work hard but fail to achieve their goals because they do not have a clear plan, whether it is in career growth, financial management, or self-improvement. Those who take the time to strategize always get ahead. A person looking to build wealth, for instance, will succeed faster if they understand investments, budgeting, and market trends rather than just working endlessly without financial planning. A student who studies efficiently by focusing on key concepts, using memory techniques, and managing time well will perform better than one who simply spends long hours reading without a structured approach. Innovation and creativity often stem from strategic thinking. Some of the greatest inventions and breakthroughs happen not because someone worked harder than others, but because they thought differently. Entrepreneurs like Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos succeeded not by following conventional methods, but by thinking ahead, predicting future trends, and taking bold but calculated risks. Their companies did not just aim to compete, they aimed to redefine industries through smart strategic decisions. The importance of smart strategy becomes even more evident when facing challenges. Obstacles are a natural part of any journey, but those with a strategic mindset find ways to overcome them efficiently. Instead of reacting emotionally or applying brute force, they assess the situation, identify alternative solutions, and pivot when necessary. This ability to adapt and rethink plans ensures continuous progress, even in difficult times. Smart strategy also ensures sustainability. Short-term success can often be achieved through luck or temporary effort, but long-term success requires continuous planning and adjustment. A well-planned strategy helps individuals and organizations stay relevant, navigate uncertainties, and build lasting achievements. Those who rely purely on strength or short-term actions may achieve some success, but they often struggle to maintain it. In every aspect of life, from business to sports to personal development, success is not just about effort, it is about direction. Hard work without strategy is like running in circles, while strategic action ensures that every step leads closer to the goal. Those who recognize this truth and invest time in planning and decision-making are the ones who ultimately rise above the rest. Change is an unavoidable part of life. Whether in business, technology, nature, or personal growth, everything evolves. Those who resist change often struggle, while those who embrace and adapt to it thrive. Many believe that strength lies in consistency and endurance, but real strength is found in flexibility and the ability to adjust to new circumstances. The world moves forward constantly, and those who fail to evolve get left behind. Adapting to change is not just a survival skill, it is the true foundation of success and progress. Throughout history, civilizations, businesses, and individuals who adapted to change became the most successful. Consider the companies that once dominated their industries but failed to adjust when the world changed. Blockbuster was once a giant in the movie rental industry, but it ignored the shift toward digital streaming. Netflix, on the other hand, recognized the change early, shifted its business model, and became one of the most successful companies in entertainment. Kodak, a leader in photography, invented the digital camera, but refused to adapt to the digital era because it feared losing its film business. As a result, it lost its relevance, while other companies took over the market. These examples prove that no matter how powerful or established an entity is, refusing to adapt leads to decline. In nature, the concept of survival is based on adaptation. Charles Darwin's theory of evolution emphasizes that species do not survive because they are the strongest, but because they are the most adaptable. Dinosaurs were among the most powerful creatures to ever exist, yet they went extinct because they could not adapt to drastic environmental changes. Meanwhile, smaller, more adaptable species survived and continued to evolve. The same principle applies to human success. Those who rigidly stick to old ways of thinking or refuse to accept new realities often struggle, while those who adjust and find new ways forward continue to grow. Adapting to change is also crucial in personal and professional life. People often set goals based on current conditions, but when circumstances shift, those who cannot adjust find themselves frustrated and stuck. A person who starts a career in one field but refuses to learn new skills or embrace industry changes may find themselves struggling to keep up. On the other hand, those who continuously upgrade their knowledge, explore new opportunities, and remain open to change will always stay ahead. The most successful professionals are those who reinvent themselves, not those who cling to outdated methods. Technology is a perfect example of how adaptation defines success. The rapid advancements in artificial intelligence, automation, and digital transformation are reshaping industries. Many jobs that existed a decade ago are disappearing, and new ones are emerging. Those who embrace these changes by learning new skills and understanding how to work with technology will remain relevant, while those who resist will find themselves struggling in a rapidly evolving world. Innovation comes from the ability to see change not as a threat, but as an opportunity. Adapting to change also plays a major role in leadership and decision-making. A great leader is not someone who simply follows a fixed plan, but someone who can recognize when a plan is failing and make the necessary adjustments. Businesses, economies, and societies are unpredictable, and the ability to pivot and restructure strategies is what separates true leaders from those who fail. Many of the most successful entrepreneurs did not achieve success with their first idea, but by adapting, learning from failures, and continuously evolving their approaches. Resilience is often misunderstood as enduring hardships without change. True resilience is the ability to face difficulties, learn from them, and find new ways forward. People who struggle with change often view obstacles as the end of the road, while adaptable individuals see them as detours leading to new possibilities. Whether in career setbacks, financial struggles, or personal hardships, those who are willing to shift their mindset and take new approaches are the ones who ultimately find success. The ability to adapt also influences relationships and social dynamics. The world is constantly changing in terms of culture, communication, and human interactions. People who hold onto rigid beliefs and refuse to accept new perspectives often find themselves disconnected from society. Those who remain open to learning, evolving, and understanding different viewpoints build stronger relationships and navigate social changes with ease. Embracing change is not about giving up stability or abandoning traditions. It is about understanding that growth comes from evolution. While core values and principles may remain constant, strategies, approaches, and methods must change to stay relevant. The most successful individuals and organizations do not see change as a disruption, but as an opportunity to innovate and improve. Every challenge, disruption, or shift in life presents two choices: resist and struggle, or adapt and grow. The ones who rise above are not necessarily the strongest or the most talented, but those who have the mindset to evolve. Real strength is not about holding on to the past. It is about preparing for the future, adjusting when necessary, and turning every change into an advantage.